Hey everyone, Scutlist here. I just want to go over some of my thoughts and impressions of the game Naraka Bladepoint, particularly from the Forerunner beta that just occurred over this past weekend. Now, I know this is not my normal style of video. You guys are probably not used to seeing one like this coming from me. But there's a lot I have to say about this game, and I felt the compilation short form would not do the game justice. Just so you guys know, the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background right now is from a game that I played off stream. And if you guys are interested in seeing the full unedited video without any kind of commentary or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to upload it if anyone is interested in seeing it. Also, consider hitting that like button, the thumbs up on YouTube, and even consider subscribing to the channel for more content, as both of these things are greatly helpful in growing the YouTube channel, allowing me to provide more content for everybody. First thing I want to say is that this game is incredible. It's tons of fun to play. The mechanics of it are great. Movement feels good. It's worth playing 100%. I'm excited for it to come out in the summer. If they open another beta, I will definitely continue playing on it. Each individual fight feels like a full-on samurai-style duel. And situations where you have many players fighting one another, the game feels completely chaotic, which is really how Battle Royale should feel. Items in the game mostly feel fair. There's definitely exceptions to that rule, but we could get to that later. I feel the loot pool is large enough that it offers diversity in playstyle, but small enough that it's easy to keep balanced. It's easy to learn how different things work. And the game stays exciting. The traversal itself is enjoyable, and especially compared to other Battle Royale games where trudging through the map, especially on a far circle, feels like a chore. The actual mobility and movement in the game makes it enjoyable to have to rotate from place to place. And there's so much room in this game for improvement. You really do have a lot of area to show skill expression, but there isn't such a massive learning curve that anybody can pick up this game. Now, I definitely feel as it closes beta, there were some bugs and glitches, particularly within climbing. However, nothing that was so game-breaking or immersion-ruining that I felt it ruined the experience for me. So, I'm going to give you the short form of everything right now. If you're interested in the game, you want to try the next beta, should there be one, or you want to try the game when it comes out, it's worth it. Take the time, give it a shot. It will be worth it. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Now, I just want to go right off the bat. There were some issues in the game that I found were pretty annoying, and I definitely think it should be mentioned. Especially if maybe a developer sees this video and it's something they could consider adjusting. I definitely noticed when I played solos, which I played probably around 50 games of, is when you get killed in a game, you have no immediate option on how to return to the lobby. You have to manually go into the menu and then hit the back to lobby button before you're able to even queue up for another game. And let's take a game like Fortnite as an example. When you're dead in a game or your squad is eliminated, you immediately are given the option to re-queue up for another game or go back to the lobby or even change your cosmetics all before re-queuing up and without even going back to the lobby. And an option like this would definitely just make the game more enticing. It would make the flow between games much better, and I'm sure a lot of people in the community would love a change like this. There's another similar error or issue, I guess you could argue it as, that I noticed, is when you pick a character, you're automatically put into the menu for their objectives, so you can't really move. And I know this is kind of in the loading practice screen, but my only concern in this one is it's just a minor inconvenience that kind of breaks immersion. When you get in, you kind of want to just start messing around or practicing your movement or whatever you want to do. And you could be implemented better by entering the menu yourself, maybe hitting the tab or the map button in order to go see these objectives if you want to. You know, these two issues I've mentioned, it's just extra steps involved that I feel if removed, it'll make the game more enjoyable for the average player. And again, they were super minor. It doesn't make the actual gameplay any better or worse, but it's just something worth mention. In combat, it's a little unclear, even from the tutorial, how blocking works. And what I've determined by watching a couple of other players play the game on Twitch is that the game uses a rock, paper, scissors formula. So heavy attacks beat light attacks, parries beat heavy attacks, light beat parry. This system could have been explained a little better, as it's such an integral system in how you play the game. And I mean, most people, I'm sure, figure this out by playing. But it could have been a little more clear. And then, especially when you're using the greatsword, because it just feels to me that the greatsword is much more difficult to block, but it does so much damage, it's so difficult to parry, that, you know, you can combo it with the sword too easy and it seems a little overpowered. I'm sure that they could fix that issue by increasing the knockback. You get hit by a greatsword, you go further back, you can't really be comboed. You have more of a chance to get away or have more counterplay. You know, I'm going to use Fortnite as another example. If you look at something like the pump shotgun, the pump shotgun has such a long time between shots that most likely you're not going to land 2 great shots back to back. You're better off moving or trying something else in the meantime before you go for the second one and get the kill. I definitely feel between the three melee weapons, the longsword, the katana, the greatsword just seems a little overpowered between the other two. But I don't feel it overshadows the overall game experience. This is something that can easily be modified within a patch. And while those are really my most negative comments about the game, I really have a lot of great things to say about the game. As I actually feel the item shops that are found in-game are completely balanced. I love the options they have. And a great example of this is the blessing system. For those who don't know, the blessing system is there's a couple of stores every so often that are given a blessing, which provides better items for free, but each item can only be claimed once. And this has led me, in my games, to have plenty of duels or even large brawls just based on people trying to get these items. And a good example is you might get legendary armor out of doing this, which you can still find on the map. And even just the regular shops that are just found in the world, you can get consumables or soul gems. And I got a lot to say about the soul gems too. And nothing in these stores seems unbalanced. So a great example of this is you could find bag upgrades throughout the world that you could carry more inventory. Or you could use the money that you find in a game in order to buy these bag upgrades. So you could find it, or you could get it using the in-game currency. And when I say in-game currency, I don't mean microtransactions. I mean you find it in the game and it resets between games. It's also a beautiful looking world. It's a lot of fun to look at, it's a lot of fun to fight in, it's a lot of fun to navigate. But I wouldn't be opposed to if they made the map a little smaller. I mean, if you look at an issue like PUBG on some of their larger maps, the maps, I feel, are too big for the amount of people that it's very spread out. I think by having a little more of a condensed map, you could get more combat more frequently. And then there's Soul Gems, which is a great system because it really allows in-round, in-game customization of your character, which you could either find them in games, you could take them off with the corpses of other players, or you could find some using the random Soul Gems from these stores. And you could really specialize yourself in any way you want. You can kind of go with Glass Cannon and maximize your attack damage. You could build a lot of defenses or a lot of health, or you could get soul gems that specialize or modify the way different weapons work. I just feel this is a great system that really allows for more customization of how you want to play. It gives you incentive to get into as many fights as you can because you don't know what the other player has found. And while in any Battle Royale you can find weapons, which will still be an upgrade, you can directly upgrade the character. Even if it's something like upgrading an attack Soul Jade level 1 into an attack Soul Jade level 2, it makes it worth the time to fight. Now, over the course of the open beta, I played around 10 hours. Now, I am really hoping that they would keep the beta open longer, because it would just give me more of a chance to play this game. It was that much fun. The dueling was great. It was satisfying. There was even the deathmatch mode that I did not really speak about in this video, just because I think I maybe played 2 games of it. I mostly focused on the Battle Royale in solos. The game itself is a ton of fun to play. I can't wait to see what they change, what new characters they bring in. The melee combat focus just makes it feel like other great games that I personally love, like the Shadow of War series or Assassin's Creed. And the fact that it's all melee combat, other than the occasional ranged weapon, it's just very unique and very different. There's a lot of room for this category to grow. And I didn't even talk about face customization. There are a lot of memes that I have heard and I have seen over Twitter come up for this game just based on character creator and the types of memes. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed what I had to say about this game. If anyone's interested in seeing my live streams, I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Scutless. I stream on Mondays, Thursdays at 5 p.m. EST, and on Saturdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. EST. I hope to see everyone there, and maybe check out some of my other content on either Naraka or on Terraria.